Welcome back for the 13th time to your new favorite Magic the Gathering Mono Black Draft Chaff themed podcast, Bogstompers. We are your hosts of the coast. Everybody introduce yourselves, starting with me. My name is Joe. You can call me Joey or Joseph. Both will be probably used throughout this episode. I use he, him pronouns. And who's that puckish scoundrel giving me a pleasant, silly little grin staring at me as I hype him up?
It's me. I'm the puckish. I guess I'm the puckish scoundrel. I don't know. It's me. I'm Evan or Ev. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm here to look at magic cards with my friends in the middle of this bunk bed of podcasting we've constructed in the studio.
And I am the thrilling rogue sitting up top. I am Bobby Fasciano. I use they pronouns and he pronouns. And I'm very excited to talk about today's episode. We've made it to 13. We've made it to some hundreds and hundreds of subscribers. We thank every single one of you for commenting, for liking, for doing what you do. And I'm very excited because, Joe, you prepared a very special episode. We've ranked tons of cards. Today we're not talking about cards. What are we talking about, Joe?
It's a very important distinction to make. In fact, yes, this is the first episode where we will not be talking about a single card. We will be talking about game objects. That's right, we are discussing tokens. You know them, you love them, you own a million of them, or you're lacking that one that you need. If you're like me and own God knows how many Commander Precons, you have multiple long boxes full of them that you don't use. Yes, we're talking about tokens. We're talking about the cards that make them a little bit, but more so we're focusing on what we like about these particular extra pieces of game fluff. Whether that's the art, whether it's the mechanics printed on it, because some tokens do have rules text. We are talking about specific printings too, when it's relevant. So who knows, maybe Unfinity food isn't going to be featured on this list, but Wildsvale Drain food we're gonna harp on about for 5-10 minutes. There's a lot of beautiful tokens in this game. We've all narrowed down our personal favorites. So I have one that I'd like to talk about. My first token that I would like to discuss is the Stormcrow token. Not Stormcrow the card, the token Stormcrow. This token originally printed, fun fact, not in Bloomborough Commander nor Unfinity, but actually printed in the unstable token slot. Features on 3 different cards, one of which is silver bordered, but Crowstorm, Attempted Murder, and I believe it's Murmuration is the third Stormcrow card. This is a card that's had unique art, every one of its printings, but the Bloomborough printing is my personal favorite, because look at this guy. Everybody loves a Stormcrow. It's one of the most powerful cards in the game, and there are so many cards that let you make so many Stormcrows. Apologies, there's only one. Well, I guess you copy Crowstorm, because it has Storm. But I love his goggles, I love his stupid little hat. What do we think about this token, guys? Because I adore it.
I love it. I think we're talking about a lot of Bloomborough tokens today. At least another one or two, because Bloomborough is just great and has wonderful art. But yeah, I did briefly glance at the Unfinity Stormcrow that was scrolling through, because that's also a good one. I'm assuming it'll pop up now on screen as we're talking about it. Thank you, Bobby. But yeah, I like this guy. I also love his hat. I love his goggles. Is he smiling? Is he smirking a little bit? No, he's not.
As much as a bird can smile.
I'd like to think he's smiling on the inside, but he's braving that storm, and he is a crow. His hat has a feather on it, and I think that's strange.
I believe.
Do you actually know the lore reason behind that?
I do not.
They discuss it in one of the articles for Bloomborough.
I don't remember that one. Tell me.
That proved that he passed, I believe it's the Plume Creed? I'm not sure.
Cool.
I don't know its name, but the idea is that the birds are issued this sort of challenge as a honorful sort of culture on the plane, and once they achieve the end result, which I don't remember the specific details, I would guess that it's plucking a feather off of a calamity beast to wear, but they are granted this plume in their cap to prove that they have successfully completed the coming of age rite for their culture. So if you actually go back and look at the birds in Bloomborough, you can see that several of them have, the more martial-minded ones, the ones that are mentor figures and older, have these feathers in their hats, but the rest don't, because they didn't pass this trial. I think it might be a nightly thing. It might be like
That
tied to
sounds
the
right.
Shrike Force.
I'm glad I asked about it then. Sorry, Bobby, I cut you off.
No, you
Please
are
continue.
good. Yeah, I really like this token. I like the interpretation of, hey, what does a Stormcrow look like on Bloomborough? I think it is a little weird that, we see other cards that now make tokens of cards that have mana costs and things, and this is a card that is a 1/2 blue flying bird named Stormcrow that doesn't have a mana cost. It's not making a copy of the card Stormcrow. It is making another game object that is Stormcrow that is remarkably similar. It's a nice way to have a reference in there, but is kind of strange with how it interacts with other versions that might be similar. But yeah, this guy's very sweet, very kind. I like Bloomborough. I like how it interprets these creature types that we know and love from, I think we see tons of 1/1 birds, and it's cool to see, the birds of Bloomborough are a little bigger. Like, we see them, especially crows, in terms of the creatures of Bloomborough are a little bigger, so it's nice to see that they're not just 1/1s here. They have more toughness than a fish, which kind of populates the rest of this ecosystem that it's existing in these commander decks.
Nice little pun you got there. Populate for the tokens episode.
Yeah,
Oh, don't think that slipped through the cracks.
I'm very clever. It was intentional.
I like his dumb glasses. We talked about this a little with Possibility Technician in our video on Edge of Eternities, and I talked about it a lot in my survey feedback that I gave Wizards of the Coast. I love a set of dumb goggles. I love silly little guys wearing stupid little glasses because I feel like they're me inside.
This reminds me a lot of the bird from Nuka Penna that has the goggles. It's like the town crier or something. It's like Joe probably knows this card because it's a bird card. It's like a guy who's essentially the radio of Nuka Penna. He's like calling something in as he's flying. You're seeing it on screen now as the card name is racing through Joe's mind.
Oh, you're talking about Skycrier.
I'm talking about Skycrier.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Skycrier.
Very good.
This
bird.
is good in you put this in the little freak from Final Fantasy that cares about opponents drawing cards.
Sure.
You know her. You love her. She's a accountant. I don't know. I have my friends play Final Fantasy for me. Taru.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. A
Sure.
set we did not cover here. We probably won't.
Probably won't.
Do a set
Bobby,
autopsy
you got
of
next
Final
token for
Fantasy
us?
in 10 years.
That'll be funny.
Yeah. Ed, did you have something to say about Stormcrow?
I was just gonna say that it does kind of look like Joe. That was my meaningful comment.
So next Magic Con, when we're headlining events, look around
Dress
for
as
the guy
Stormcrow.
that looks like Stormcrow.
Yeah.
And you'll know where Bogstompers Joe is in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, take us away from Stormcrow, as much as it pains me to say that, because I want this bad boy on every battlefield until the day I die.
Yeah.
What is your token?
Well, I have a little game for you with my token. And we were chatting before the podcast, and Joe said that he is a token that we probably will not be able to guess where it is from. But I was even more certain, and I want to place a bet on this card. I do not think that either of you can tell me the card that makes this exact game object. If you can, I'm willing to give you any rare from my collection of a certain price point. Let's say just a few bucks. We don't have copious amounts of money and cardboard to spend on this silly little bet. But if you can't guess the card that makes this exact token, you have to give me a card worth just $1 or $2 from your collection and give it to me. Does that sound okay? Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not gonna guess it, but
Well, with your money, with your cards sealed in blood, let me introduce you to Artifact Zombie. Now, Artifact Zombie is an Artifact Zombie token creature, type Artifact Zombie, name Artifact Zombie. It is a star. This was originally printed in the Brothers War Southeast Asia tokens special set or special subsection of tokens, And yeah, this is a simple token. It is absolutely fantastic. It's of the Brothers War, but it's kind of done in this stained glass art style that we're seeing here. So my question for you two is, what specific card makes this token that again is named Artifact Zombie?
I know for a fact 1-mana Ashnod makes a colorless artifact zombie token. The question is that supposed to be the corresponding card to this one that doesn't have power and toughness?
Joe, you're very close.
I know, because it's from Brothers War.
We haven't done a Brothers War set autopsy yet, so I don't know.
Hold on, let me check this actually. Let me look at the card that you sent. Brothers War Southeast Asia tokens. PT Bro. So it's not BRC, so it wouldn't be 5-mana Ashnod.
No, it's not the Commander decks. If you're checking on Scryfall, be sure not to read anything. It might.
I haven't clicked on Scryfall yet. I haven't opened it.
I admittedly, I have checked Skyfall. I typed in Transmogrant's Crown because I thought it did that, and that was going to be my guess. But
no,
it doesn't.
Unfortunately, Transmogrant's Crown, very good
doesn't
card.
even make tokens.
Does not make tokens. No.
Damn.
This is wearing the equivalent.
That art's
of,
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a saw trap.
Yeah, no, it's wearing the
this is
equivalent
crazy.
of the Transmogrant's
I gotta try to
Crown.
find how hard this fucks. I don't know. I have no answer for you. Did you say it's a star or it just doesn't have power toughness?
It is listed as a star. It doesn't have power and toughness, but it's not 0/0, which presumably means it is a star. And Scryfall listed as such.
The card that makes it a star.
I feel like if
I'm gonna give you
it's probably number of artifacts. I mean, it's not number of artifacts you control, because I've looked at most of those cards looking at Mirror, and I feel like I would have remembered this one.
I'm gonna give
Maybe
you
it's number of artifacts you control, and I just missed over it. Skip over it.
Let me actually. I'm pretty sure I understand what card makes this. It's some kind of artifact where you sacrifice something and it makes a star artifact zombie equal to the power or toughness of that creature.
Is it Book of the Dead?
It's probably a black card because it's a transmogrant, because this is making a transmogrant.
Yeah.
But what card is? And Ashnod's associated with it because she makes the transmogrants. She's the only one in the story that does that.
Viewers at home.
Kronos makes clay golems.
Yeah. Viewers at home should note that the Ashnod that Joe is talking about specifically makes 3/3 token artifact creatures that are zombies. Does not make star ones that are named artifact zombie.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Actually, I'm just gonna say this word. This might not even be a card.
Yep.
This is my last guess. This is my Hail Mary. I'm gonna say Ashnod's Command. I don't know if that's even a card.
Unfortunately, Ashnod's Command is not of the command cycle of Brothers War. We have not done the set autopsy yet, but the black member of that cycle is Gix's Command, which does not do this. Unfortunately, Joe and Evan, you locked yourself into a losing bet. The correct answer is there is no card that makes this token. This token was just created for this product. Presumably something happened with a translation error or some other form of, there was a last minute design change that took the card that would have made this token out of the Brothers War set, and this card did not end up seeing the light of day. The clue, which I hope viewers will be able to key in if they re-listen to this segment, is that this token is named Artifact Zombie. This token has a very clear misprint where it is a token creature - artifact zombie. This is probably because of some translation error that happened when it was localized from Southeast languages to English. But yeah, nothing makes this token. There are 3/3 token artifact creatures, zombies in the set that are always 3/3s. There are no tokens with a variable power and toughness. Unfortunately,
Joke's so angry.
I trapped you guys.
I named the fucking card that is an artifact creature zombie in the set.
Yep.
I named the card that makes tokens.
You named the card that this was probably intended for before translation errors and power toughness.
Yes.
Because in my brain I was like, it's gonna be some kind of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause
I also thought
it's,
Astronaut, but I was like, I don't know what specific card in this set does Astronaut stuff. What besides
it's
Astronaut?
going.
I don't know what Astronaut in the
It's
set does. Is what I mean.
it's gonna be an artifact. I literally
Yeah.
explained what I thought it was. An artifact that you sack
Yeah.
anything. But the problem is the card that would have that name. The name that card would have is Ashnod's Altar, which
Yeah.
you can't name a
I
card.
also
anymore.
thought that. I was like, this is not what this card is.
Yeah.
Astronaut's Altar did keep running through my head, and I was like, that does not. Nope.
They just
You
they
must
just
made a
have
new
to
one.
they just have to errata
Ashnod's Altar
Ashnod's
2?
Altar. Yeah, Ashnod's Altar 2, just like Meathook Massacre 2, we have Ashnod's Altar 2, which
Yeah.
does the same thing. It also makes artifact zombie tokens. Yeah, this is a strange and absolutely beautiful token that, I mean, it completely makes sense to play it with Ashnod over anything else. However, this
Sure.
is also a really rare token that does not even have a price listed on Scryfall.
Nope.
You can probably purchase it somewhere somehow. But yeah, this
Probably
is
in a Southeast Asian market.
yes. But this is a misprint, unfortunately. And I would be excited to see a card that was maybe this for real one day along the line, kind of working like Constructs generally do, especially to see this fantastic art reprinted once more, especially how they do that fire in the stained glass is just absolutely
Come
so
Modern
great.
Horizons 4, when they print Ashnod's Command and it makes this token, you're gonna be so angry.
Oh, I'll be happy. I'll be very excited. All right. Well, I will enjoy the bulk rare that I'm going to get kind of unfairly. Joe, maybe I'll just throw you in a bulk rare because I do feel like I slightly screwed you over here. But I'm glad you guys signed up for my
fuck
little
me
game.
over.
You did kind of trick us there. You deceived us and fooled us. And
I-
I'll remember it.
Before you guys, because I remember right before the podcast, I
You said
said
$100 initially.
yeah, no, I said
You were trying to
$100
scam
because I
us.
was 100% sure you could not name this card because the card does not
Doesn't
exist.
exist.
Yes.
Bobby
You
was like, I'm
fucker.
about to make $200 off of my best friends.
Of cheating my best friends.
That's what we do here.
All right.
Even with the revised bet, you could have just come up to me when we draft Mystery Booster 2 this weekend and say, hey, I would like this $2 card. And I would have said, yeah, buddy, it's yours because I love you and you're my friend.
Yeah, I
Ev,
know.
talk about more tokens out
I'm
of
gonna
this
talk about more tokens.
devilish, tricksy trap
I-
maker.
I have what I believe to be the only Magic game piece that, by the Magic rules, can eventually reach the moon. I have the token Contortionist. This is a token from Infinity. It's a token creature, Octopus Reformer. It reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may fold this card in half. Now, it's on screen currently. I'm sure Bobby has showed it. There are two sides to this card. The first is lovely art. I have to look at the artist, I'm sorry. Tomek Larrick has depicted a lovely Octopus Reformer for us. It's adorable. It's doing tricks. It's about to contort itself. Very exciting. If you flip the card over, there are increasingly smaller images of Contortionist. This is because the card that makes it, Octo Opus, tells you to continuously fold it. Eventually, you can sacrifice that card and draw cards based on how many folds you have. Notably, Contortionist's power and toughness also halves itself each time. So it starts as a 4/4, and becomes a 2/2, 1/1, a half-half, a quarter-quarter, an eighth-eighth, so on and so forth. Now, there's also the very popular math theorem that if you were to be able to fold a piece of paper 42 times, it would then reach the moon based on exponential growth. I found an Excel spreadsheet that let me do the math for the thickness of a Magic card. If you were able to play 37 turns of Magic with Contortionist out, and when you were able to fold it each time, you can't. I tried to fold a Magic token, I got 3 folds in, and that was it. But if you could reach the moon, and that's pretty cool. How do you guys feel about Contortionist?
I thoroughly enjoyed this card. I almost brought it up on the podcast today. I enjoy that the mechanics in this set. I think this is a good one from Infinity. Octo Opus is the card that makes it when it enters the battlefield. Create this token, and also has the ability sacrifice Octo Opus, draw a card, and an additional card for each of Contortionist's folds. So it's a card that specifically references the specific token that it makes, which is absolutely strange and does not work with the rules, but is very enjoyable and very fun to play in that kind of Infinity set design. It is a shame that it showed up in that set because I feel like no one really got a chance to play it because of stickers and
Yeah.
not contraptions, the mini games that were in it, attractions that were in that set. But there was also some bangers here.
To the token.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, I know. I can draw 4 cards.
Wow,
5
that's
cards.
pretty good. Yeah, 5 cards. And I adore this art. I like that it, for some reason, has a hat. It's like, yeah, this is great. I want to meet this guy. I want this to be my octopus teacher. You know.
Sure. I don't know where you got teacher from.
The movie, the hit movie, My Octopus Teacher.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, Bobby. Notably, there are also 15 recommended folds in the back if you count the images going towards the center, down to like the one that's like just a pixel. There are 15. I'm assuming it goes further, but you can't see it anymore.
The first card that was templated like this with the spiral.
Is that something from one of the other unsets, but I don't know which one.
Is that who, what, when, where, why, and how? Or is it just, it's just who, what, where, when, why? It doesn't have how.
Yeah, it's only 5. It's not 6.
Yeah.
That one wasn't for any money. That one was just for fun. I saw Contortionist.
Send Bobby $5.
I thought it was cool. Sorry, I'm accidentally live editing the channels of Discord, trying to look at Contortionist. I'm glad that you brought him up because he's got a funny gimmick. He's a silly guy. There's so little you can say about him other than he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Except if you want to talk about math theorems, I guess.
Yeah, I got bored this afternoon while I was prepping for the episode and didn't want to do homework, so I figured out how many folds it would take for a magic card to reach the moon. And I thought that would make for good podcast content.
And that's why we pay you the medium bucks.
Yep, right in the middle.
Okay. That's
Joe, what do you got for us next?
My next card. This is my version of the famed Bobby's Gambit here. You're going to look at this card, and you are going to tell me what card or cards make this. I guarantee you cannot. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
This is the 4/4 token artifact creature Scarecrow with Vigilance. Now you'll notice that it has the set symbol for Duskmourn.
Yes.
Is it?
It's Duskmourn Commander, the one you've showed us. Is this also in Duskmourn, or is it Duskmourn Commander exclusive?
It is Duskmourn Commander exclusive.
Interesting.
My apologies. I forgot that there's like a weird backdrop on the Commander one. Yeah, so it's from the Commander product.
Yeah. Yeah, this Duskmourn is a blind spot for me, admittedly.
It's got to be no, it's not from I don't think it's from Winter because I've played against Winter and I've never seen my friend Aaron who plays Winter make this creature token, nor have I seen it when I looked at the tokens in his deck. So it's from one of the other ones. Maybe it's from Winter because Joe just smiled and smirked. I also don't know the deck lists for all of them because there's.
Yeah, I mean,
do you want a clue?
I mean,
tell me when you want a clue.
Winter specifically cares about having multiple card types in a graveyard. I think this is multiple card types.
Yeah, so that's not. But you can't put it in graveyard's token.
Yeah, interesting.
Honestly, this is a great episode pitch for the future. Try and find the most obscure cards and do a quiz show.
That's what this is turning into. But yeah.
Yeah, what cards make these tokens is very fun because
it is
there are some bizarre tokens.
There are. We can do it. There are so many tokens. We do another one.
Yeah.
I don't know what makes this. I'm not sure.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
There's not one card that makes this. There's 4.
Okay.
Hi Bowser. Do you
I have a suspicion. Is
it might be right.
This is also not made by a Magic the Gathering card that goes into your deck. Is this made by one of the arch enemy cards that are included in the
Correct.
It's an arch enemy card.
The arch enemy schemes.
Yes.
Which are Magic cards.
Good job, Bobby.
They are Magic
They're
cards.
just not cards in your deck.
Yes.
They are officially cards. They have a card type.
Yeah.
So if you can somehow get a scheme into your graveyard, your Tarmogoyf gets bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah. There are 4 different cards that make this. Because I remember looking through Scryfall in preparation for this episode thinking, what the fuck makes this 4/4 Scarecrow? And the answer is a lot of things, apparently.
Huh.
Let's just talk about the actual card for a minute here. The art is so weird and creepy and folklore-y. The fact that the Scarecrow isn't even propelled by itself that it's just
It's
a bunch
propelled by
of
birds.
wood and a skeleton. Yeah, and a bunch of crows are just piloting it. 5 that we can see, 4 in the chest, and then there's a little armpit crow. The guy's
This is
kind
a
of
s-
pseudo crucified inside it. He's not even really a wicker folk because the wicker folk turn whatever they touch into themselves. It's weird.
This is
I
a
love
this
this
is
card.
a this is a crucified skeleton scarecrow mech piloted by 5 birds, and that's awesome.
It is a scarecrow made of crows. That's sick. That's awesome. That's sick as hell.
We found the best scarecrow. We
Yeah.
did it.
Mpreg Scarecrow.
I'm very excited
All right.
for.
Well,
I could see this token showing up again when we go back to Lorwyn. I think we got to do it. We got to do a Lorwyn predictions episode because I think they could definitely. There are enough scarecrows in Duskmourn that I could definitely see more scarecrows and scarecrow kindred pieces turning up when we go back to Lorwyn.
Oh yeah.
And maybe we'll get the first official Magic the Gathering card that makes Scarecrow, which I'm now seeing, now that I've looked it up on Scryfall, appears on the cards. I am untouchable, my followers ascend, your own face mocks you, and kneel before my legions, which are my 4 daily affirmations.
Honestly,
you have them in your mirror and lipstick.
if you're like coding an indie game or DMing and you need something for a big boss to say, just look up the scheme cards and pick one. They all work.
Yep.
They're all the most edgy nonsense in the world, and they're fantastic.
I'm using that next D&D session. It's gonna happen.
Good. I told you.
I know. I appreciate your advice, Bobby. What's next?
Yeah, let's continue this a journey we've been on, and let's talk about Carnivore. This is returning to one of our early episodes talking about beasts. This is a 3/1 beast, a red beast named Carnivore. This art depicts this beast, which is like a hyena with 2 mouths, not 2 whole heads, just 2 mouths, which I cannot imagine how that evolutionarily comes about or helps you in eating or doing what mouths tend to do, but it is sick as hell and really cool, and I love that this beast token earns a special name in Carnivore. Can either of you
Do you
tell
know why
me...
that is? Because originally it made carnivore tokens back before tokens and creature types were codified.
Yeah.
Back in like the zombie master days, it just said make a token named carnivore, and they had to errata it. It had a more recent reprint which made it into a beast token named carnivore, but it used to just be carnivore.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like this card is originally from Tempest, and the Tempest printing shows a carnivore that does not have 2 mouths. So the new art from Eternal Masters was the first one to feature this carnivore token drawn by Johan Boden, which is fantastic and really cool. If you're looking for a secret sneaky mono red sack outlet, as long as you're okay with sacking 2 creatures at a time, this will help you replace some of those creatures on the board. There's probably some infinites with this thing, you a bunch of like when things dies, make a token if you can figure out some way.
Doubling seasons.
Yeah, doubling season.
Doubling season. I like
Put this in
I
doubling
like
season in your beast stack.
Yep.
Goes in.
True.
We broke beasts.
And then impact tremors and you kill everyone.
Yeah.
There you go. I love impact tremors. What a fun Magic card.
Yep, we're good at this game. We broke Tooth and Claw. Kill opponents with your carnivore tokens. Don't even attack.
I know this isn't what's happening with the card, but I like that you sacrifice 2 creatures because it has. Or no, this is what's happening with the card. I'm tired. I like that you have to sacrifice 2 creatures because it has 2 mouths.
Yeah.
You gotta get 1 for each mouth. I was like,
Very
it turns
greedy.
into it, and I'm like, that's not what happens. It's like you sacrifice them when it eats them with its 2 mouths.
I prefer the old Tempest art where the implication is they're little guys because the 2 little animals it's eating are small and tiny.
Yeah,
In the old Tooth and Claw. Oh yeah.
Those 1/1 squirrels did not make it.
Ooh.
It's got a crazy hairline. Look at that. That's like an aging new metal artist. Look at that shit. And the sideburns. Carnivore token went to back in the day. Original Carnivore token depicted in the art of Tooth and Claw just went to the barber and said, "Fuck my shit up." Like, this is bad.
All right, are we good with Carnivore?
It
I don't know if
has,
we'll ever be good with Carnivore.
yeah.
Are we done with Carnivore?
I wanna shout out the flavor text. I know we're trying not to talk about the cards too much, but the flavor text of the original Tooth and Claw card is crazy.
I did read that. I don't know what to make of that one.
This is a quote from Miri of the Weatherlight, who might get canceled on Twitter. You deify nature as female, kind and gentle, yet you cringe at what is natural. I don't know what Miri's trying to say there. I don't know her point.
Okay, this isn't Miri's old tweets resurface and she gets canceled on Blue Sky. It's literally it's saying you think of Mother Nature as a woman, and in doing so you pacify it.
Yes.
Honestly, I think Miri's woke.
Yeah, no,
I think Miri's a red femme.
Yep. She just could have used some phrasing.
Well, you know, she's used to speaking cat. Like, it was a mistranslation from cat to Dominarian to English.
Miri, cat warrior, is a cat warrior.
And you can play Miri Cat Warrior at any time you could play an instant.
Yep. All right, what's the next token here?
I'm gonna do my next tokens.
Yeah.
I have a sort of suite of tokens. I have 3 that I want to talk about specifically because I like the art, but I'm gonna shout out all of them because they're really good, and maybe they can scroll across the screen depending on how ambitious Bobby is feeling with editing. I want to talk about 3 of the Offspring tokens from Bloomborough. Specifically, the ones that I like a lot are Thundertrap Trainer, Coruscation Mage, and Prosperous Bandit. The first 2 because they're otters, and I play them in my otters deck. And the last one is because it's a raccoon, and I love raccoons very much. I'm not going to read the rules text for them because they are identical to the regular Magic cards, and you can go look at what they do. The more important thing here is that I think Offspring is a great mechanic, and I appreciate that the tokens have just baby versions of the bigger cards on them. I think it's adorable. I think it was a great design decision. I think it made people like Bloomborough even more, and I think these are 3 of the best, if not just my favorites. There are a couple other very good ones through the list. Here I have the Scryfall search for you guys. I can share also, so you can choose your favorite Offspring tokens. But those are the 3 I want to talk about. Coruscation Mage is adorable. I've considered trying to get it on card sleeves for my otters deck because it's so cute. And that big-eyed raccoon and Prosperous Bandit who looks really worried he's going down the hill is just so good.
Yeah, that's actually a great point for the audience. Please tell us your favorite Offspring token in the comments, because let's be real, half the comments would have been Offspring tokens if we asked for just tokens in general, because these things are beloved.
They're
Tender Wild
fantastic.
Guides
They're so good.
up there.
Yeah, the Starscape Cleric. I'm not usually a huge bats fan. I'm the frogs guy. But the art for Starscape Cleric is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of done in this stellar style. The tokens of the Offspring are great and terrific, and it's really cool to see a bunch of custom tokens. As someone who draws my own tokens and also draws all my tokens for my Rotodrobic deck, which just makes copies that you have to keep track of somehow, so you just need to draw 40 tokens of all the legends in your deck. It's cool that Wizards took the time, rather than just having a checklist sheet of, okay, let's list all the Offspring cards on a checklist and write 1-1 in the corner, and then you just check off what one you have in your deck. This is, I think, a much more, honestly costly solution, but really elegant and really cool that Wizards took the time so you can go out and seek these tokens, and makes these tokens, not only rare, but also kind of valuable, and something that's really cool to give your friends. If you see your friend is running Coruscation Mage, a card that sees a lot of play, I have a Coruscation Mage token, and you just pass it to them on the commander night, and you say, keep this forever, I don't run this card, and you do, and it's a cool, neat little thing to have. And I think tokens are something that brings people together. Oftentimes, you won't have a token, and someone else will fetch one for you, and that's, I don't know, it's kind of why we play this, and it's a really fun part about tokens. And I don't know, it Offspring is nice and cozy, Bloomborough is nice and cozy, and it's neat that they have that kind of out-of-game kind of meta interaction.
Notably, this is great for Commander Night. It was terrible in Bloomborough Limited. I remember hearing over and over again about how there's so many specific tokens in this set and not enough going around at pre-release events.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I went to Bloomborough Limited with tokens my mom drew for me. I zeroing back in on these specific tokens that Ev selected because,
I love them.
subject of the episode. I do think it's funny. Prosperous Bandit is kind of whatever. Like, you can picture why he's a little rogue. He's just gotten into over his head, but he's committing theft. He's a rogue. The other two, the otters, it's funny that these babies are wizards. Like, this takes skill to learn. Like, these guys learn to do magic. Prosperous Bandit, being a rogue in magic, all it takes is, like, I don't know, crouching or holding a dagger, and you're a rogue, and it's whatever. But these guys, like, they're doing magic. Like, they are actually summoning electricity. And they're also children.
About Manifold Mouse or Warren Warleader, where Manifold Mouse is a soldier. That's a child soldier.
Yeah.
And then Warren Warleader is a knight. Same thing. That's a child.
Knight's a little... that just means that he's part of a hereditary society. Yada,
yeah,
yada,
sure.
He probably...
Manifold Mouse,
a Nepo baby. It's a Nepo baby.
Manifold Mouse, love the art, is a child soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Canonically.
Yeah.
Also, I have a question for you guys. This is a rules question. I don't know, so I'm asking both of you. Are these the only tokens that have mana value?
No.
No, there are more? Okay.
Yeah.
The Tarmogoyf token from Geese of the Restless is one big one.
Sure.
Yeah, most...
But that was a recent thing.
Yeah, and most copy tokens will have mana values if they're a copy of something else, though they don't have it printed on the card. But yeah, it is interesting they included that in the reminder text rather than putting it at the top of the text box where you normally look for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting decisions with how they made these tokens, but the best decision is that there's really good art. But yeah, I wonder if in the future they could, and I think they should probably do this with almost every single token. I think would be really helpful. Try to link. This is hard to do because in packs you can get multiple cards that make tokens. But we saw in Battle Bond, there were like ways that they could print or make packs that, hey, these two cards with partner always show up in the same pack. It could be interesting if they say, hey, this card and this specific token that it makes with something like Offspring shows up in every pack, which maybe means they need to include one card with Offspring in every pack or something like that. Or there's like a 1 in 2 chance you get it and you only get one of them. But that might be a more elegant solution to this problem you have in Limited, where you might just be without your Manifold Mouse token, and no one wants that.
I mean, that was also a thing, but that's very famously part of the Innistrad set, is how there's always a pack slot dedicated to a double-faced card. So they definitely have the technology. I wouldn't doubt it. Would every single Bloomburrow draft deck having a card with Offspring really impact Bloomburrow? Well, maybe it would impact Bloomburrow well, because that limited environment fucking sucked.
Yeah, love that set. It was brutal.
It was just, you got blown out by any mythic. It's an interesting thought experiment, how they might in the future correspond individual tokens to individual cards, but much else to say on the matter of these silly little guys that Ev selected for us to talk about?
I love Prosperous Bandit, and I hope it's okay when it falls down the cliff.
I think it'll be fine. It's built different.
Joe,
what's our next token?
Getting brained. Right here, I have a token that kickstarted this episode. This is why we actually chose to talk about this, is because I pointed this out the other day. This is the 1/1 Shapeshifter token that's made by Cribswap. This is the Double Masters printing, notably, too. This is a card I really, really, really like. A game object, I should say. It's super cute because there's this overarching theme on Morrowind of the Shapeshifters not really having their own culture, the Changelings. They are mimicking whatever's around them. And in this case, we're seeing an instance where a Changeling in seeking community chose to stay with its adoptive parents that kept the crib-swapped infant. And also, like, they're allowed to just hang around in this Kithkin Clatchin. Now, let's be fair. When Morrowind becomes Shadowmoor, this thing's getting, like, lynched. But as of right now, not only do they like him, even, like, the little duck is like, that's my guy. I love the little duck looking up with its jewelry, staring at this little baby, all grown up now, and is like, that's my dude. He's just as normal as all these other dudes to me. I think the duck helps make this, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, the duck is a good additive quality to this card.
Yeah, this card is nice. Like if your creature gets crib swapped, you're fine because look, they hand you this smiling token and you're like, yeah, this is great. I'm glad I have this. I will protect this thing with my life. Maybe it'll make you an ally. You know, you hand them this beautiful, gorgeous, smiling token. You could hand them the Franz Vowinkle token originally from Lorwyn. They would be
You
your bitter
shouldn't.
enemy if you did that, because that's fucking terrifying. But this token by Steve Prescott is delightful, and I really enjoy how these shapeshifters look on Lorwyn. It's one of my favorite parts about the set. And I think this is a really cool card design mechanically, with Crib Swap both being a kindred instant and then this card giving someone else a shapeshifter. With so many kindred decks running around Commander, this is a lot of implications for how and when and why you put this card in decks and then use this card. And a very beautiful token to go along with it, with a really nice duck.
With a really nice duck.
Ev, you gotta make your comments on the duck now. Pay your respects.
On the duck, it's a very good duck. I like this also. I didn't realize it had a token until I was making golems the other week, and Crib Swap was in there as just like good removal. And I was looking at all the golem tokens that I'm not going to talk about this episode because I like them, but I don't like them as much as the other cards or the other tokens I'd like to talk about. And I saw this and I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then Joe 2 days later sent this to the Discord, and I was like, we need to talk about this on the podcast. It's essential. It's important. I love him. I think it's really beautiful art. Yeah, I'm excited to go back to Lorwyn. Maybe this will be a named legend when we go back to Lorwyn.
They're really old now. They're like old, like, and they have like a beard, but it's still made of the same like shapeshifting
It's
material.
blue, yeah.
I was joking about the duck, but like theoretically in the background are like this shapeshifter's parents, right? And then behind that you see either the extended family or the townsfolk. But even the livestock just chilling with him. Like he really feels like he's like this makes me want to put Crib Swap in a Kithkin Kindred deck. This makes me want to sit down and be like, well, even if it's making it for somebody else, it's like this is still on theme. This still fits my whole dude game plan. This really sells this as a part of the community. If somebody Crib Swaps me and I have a Kithkin Kindred board state, right? Like a Guardian of Cloverdale and a Cloud Goat Ranger. It feels like this is synergizing with the other Kithkin, even though it's ostensibly a token that could have literally anything drawn on it, which is something I don't like about a lot of changelings. Like,
yeah,
if you put Morphon in the command zone for, like, let's say your Trilobites deck, you're not feeling like you're playing with Trilobites. You feel like you're playing with this weird pink goo creature, and also some Trilobites are just chill with him for some reason. Versus this, unfortunately, there's only a Kithkin version. And I would love to see an elf version, a giant version, a fairy to like make it match the rest of the plane, but he feels part of the he's so sweet.
Yeah.
He's part of the community, guys.
Yeah, he got
He's
Clark
the
Kented,
best.
you know. He's being
got
raised by
Clark
Mom and Pa
Kented.
Kent, and he's gonna go
That's
start his own life.
super
and he's-
shapeshifter.
Yeah,
I also like that the
Yeah.
duck is jewelry. I like that they gave the duck a necklace.
Maybe the duck is also a shapeshifter, but just like a better one. He's learned how to
Yes.
He's learned how to deep blue himself.
It's the secret parent who's watching their son be raised from afar.
yeah.
Yeah.
All Joe's cards
Okay.
today had birds in them, and I think that's very important.
It is very
It's
telling.
Joe's
Bobby,
MO.
what's your next token? Because we're getting tight on time here.
This is Triskelavite. Triskelavite is a 1/1 with flying with art by Mark Zug. This is incredible. I love this thing. Apparently, it's a Triskelavite. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but it's here and it's very delightful. And apparently, it defies every known law of aviation and does succeed in flying. It just kind of looks like it's being launched out of its Triskavelis parent, and it's so funny and so good. And I believe this is originally from Mirrodin, but I love this card. Oh, and this is originally from Time Spiral, so I guess Dominaria, but I don't know where this originally takes place. But what do you think of this bizarre creature that I only want to see more of?
He looks like a wedge of cheese.
Yeah, that's like half a guy flying in the air. It's like if you took a duck and pulled the head out and then threw it really hard.
It's like a bath toy that you give a child that's like
Oh, I would love this
motorized.
as a bath toy.
Wizards, please sell this. It's a bath toy.
Listen, we like branded merch.
Yeah, we don't need loot. We need this. This is the mascot of Magic the Gathering going forward as Triskelavite. This is 1,000% more marketable than loot will ever be. This is a delightful creature, and I want to see more of it.
I would not put this in the microwave or the wood chipper or shake it up until it exploded. So that does make
Would
it
you
better
hold
than
it-
loot.
Would you hold it very gently with your hands?
Like hamburger? Exactly.
Yeah, like hamburger.
You see the vision.
I do see the vision.
Is that
All right. Are we good for the last token?
Yeah, let's Evan take us away. What's our last game object we're making today?
I got a real freak for you. This is Nightmare Horror. It's token creature, Nightmare Horror. It is a star. I just like the art. I like how much of a indecipherable freak this thing is. It's got many eyes, many tentacles, many little mandibles, and insect arms, and also a shell. It's made by one card. You guys might know what it is. You probably know what it is. It's illustrated by Aaron Miller. It looks great, and I'm a fan. And I wanted to bring it up because it's just what is that? That's a Nightmare Horror. They did it.
He's gooey. He's
gooey.
wet.
He looks
He's slimy.
wet.
Yeah.
He looks slimy too.
I remember opening this card up and seeing this art and being so excited to see what card made this. And the art on Chainer's Torment, the card that makes it, is very good. It's done by Vincent Prowse. It's very good. It is so entirely different from this card. This card is a goofy little Nightmare Horror, and the other card is like a stone relief of Chainer being tortured by nightmares for eternity. This is a fantastic card, and I love it, and I want to talk to it and hang out and see why it does what it does and what its hobbies are. I imagine it like whittles and such. This is a really nice thing, and yeah, I want more of them. I think every card should make Nightmare Horrors, and they should all want tokens of these guys on the battlefield with dice on them, marking their power and toughness.
I would not smoke Zaza with this creature.
You wouldn't?
Nightmare Horror rotation.
Yeah. No, this is part of my Nightmare Horror rotation. Exactly.
I will say, Bobby, on the note of this art being so different from the saga that makes it, I was looking through earlier, and I think that's a fun dichotomy to like the 3 Blind Mice saga that makes almost identical tokens that have like they match, or they've been reprinted so they match very similarly.
Wilds of Eldraine does that.
Yeah, so Wilds of Eldraine
token that also does it. It's just the Beast token
yeah.
that we also all adore because it's gorgeous.
They're on screen now.
What I was going to bring up is that the ones from Wilds of Eldraine are all diegetic, which is interesting.
I do like that these art, and this is just like, this is how this looks like in real life. And then here's the stone relief is like the artist's horrible rendition, and it's just this little freaky guy.
Yeah,
he looks like you caught him in the middle of like eating Taco Bell, and he's like trying to talk to you. He asked him a question. He's like trying to chew really fast and finish his chainer.
I think this thing would bark like a dog.
Yeah, probably.
This thing is from hit television program Earth to Ned. 3 people got that reference, but they're my favorite 3 people. Thank you for watching and tuning in.
It's not me or Joe.
Yep. So you guys are losers. Anything else to say about Nightmare Horror, or should we start wrapping it up and kind of talk about how
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, how do we think about tokens in general differently after this episode? What have we learned today? I think it's a very important part of any podcast.
Yep. Just like the shows you watched as a child, we have to end on a moral for some fucking reason, even though we're not paid for by public broadcasting.
Not yet.
I learned today how many Magic card folds you would need to reach the moon, and that's what you learned today on Bogstompers. That's the important lesson that you can take away from this episode.
The more you know.
Exponential growth.
Yeah, we did math on this episode. We
did math today. Yeah. I know.
Great. It's really funny that we decided to cover tokens, a world that 2 of the 3 of us have never really explored all that deeply because we draw our own.
Yeah.
Me and Bobby have custom tokens for our decks versus Ev uses Sophia tokens.
To be fair, your mom, she draws yours.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we need to fucking have all cards on the table. My mom works nights. She has to pass on time at work.
They're awesome. Let's credit your mom. They're great. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some tokens from Joe's mother, and they're very delightful and very kind. I love playing with them. But yeah, tell us in the comments, what are your favorite tokens? What's your favorite Offspring token, as we said earlier? And what do you do with tokens? Do you make your own? Do you trade them, try to find them, look them up on Card Kingdom? Whatever you do, we're glad that you're making
Boil them,
tokens with
mash them,
us.
stick them in a stew.
Yeah,
Fold them as many times as possible.
all things you
I've
can
eaten
do.
a token.
I know.
I believe I've watched you eat a token, and
Me
I'm
too.
sure it tasted
So-
great.
I mean, Bob covered most everything, but
Yeah, okay.
additionally, we have our educational moral. We have the wrap-up thoughts for the episode. Additionally, thank you for supporting the channel continually. Again, we did just pass 100 subscribers. We talked about it last episode. That was lovely. New shorts are coming out, more boglets. Bob's been hard at work on those in the background. Some of them I don't even know about until they're posted, and I get to giggle along with you guys, and it's delightful. We do still have some other long-form content currently being edited. Bob, do you want to give any details about that? How are you feeling on it?
Yeah, you should see the first Bogstompers video essay come out probably sometime next week. It could be Fridays on our normal release days. We're also thinking about Wednesday. We're still trying to figure out when people like to see these. Please comment below on anything about, suggestions on how you want to view Bogstompers, how you want to engage with Bogstompers. Is it better posted on Monday? Do you like the background art that we've decided on and are going with? Anything is helpful, but yeah, prepare for a terrific video essay written by Joe and edited by me that we're really excited and I think really proud of, and yeah, really want you guys to see.
Additionally, don't worry, all 3 Bogstompers are included. It includes VA work done by our dear sweet Ev.
I did it.
I believe I did announce this earlier, but just getting it out there again to help promote. And of course, we have a lot of new listeners. It's called Annie and Hesea, Indigeneity and Magic. It's going to be a very interesting watch for me when I view the final edit. A lot of personal stuff went into it. A lot of educational research went into it. And a lot of Magic the Gathering is also in it. So I think that about wraps up everything that we have to say on the future of the channel and tokens in general. So the beautiful, lovely, wonderful instrumentation of Alicia Chapman will be playing on out soon. So next time, we'll be happy to see you, whether or not that's in the Bog recording studio for these episodes or in the post-editing software of a beautiful video essay. So thank you very much, and we'll see you around.
Take us away. Bogstompers, a Magic the Gathering podcast, features art by Jay Howley. You can find him at The Howley on Instagram. Our theme song is written by Alicia Chapman. Bobby Fasciano edits these and gets them online. Hey, that's me. None of this would be possible without viewers like you, so thank you, and see you in the bog again very soon. Peace.